What's up, everybody? Welcome to Disrupt You, episode 70. I'm Ryan Thogmartin, and this is the funeral profession's only marketing web show. All right. So, this episode is titled Things That I'm Not Saying, because there's a lot of noise in the marketplace. There are a lot of you said, she said, it said, this is being said. And I want to make sure that I'm cutting through kind of like assumptions. Never have I said that you should spend 100% of your marketing budget on social media. That's not what I'm saying when we're talking about going all in with Facebook and undervaluing the attention that's there. I'm not saying that you need to spend 100% of your marketing budget on Facebook. Do I think that you would be okay if you did? Absolutely. But if you watch episode 68 of Disrupt You, I tell you how if I owned a funeral home, I would spend the marketing budget. 80% on social, 10% on pay-per-click and Google AdWords, 10% on just community involvement, handshakes. And look, that's not factoring in you being involved in things that don't cost money into the community, meaning volunteering, time equity, where you can get handshakes, knee-to-knee engagement with somebody. That knee-to-knee and that handshake, those one-on-one conversations, will never replace what happens in a social ecosystem. Like, you can't get the same value out of this that you can get out of a knee-to-knee one-on-one conversation. And I'm not saying that you're going to get better interaction and more powerful conversations. However, what's not scalable a lot of times with your time is knee-to-knee with everybody that you need to communicate with in the community to build that brand. So being able to amplify that on social and putting a large percentage of your marketing budget towards that, where social kind of becomes the nucleus of your holistic approach, where you've got social in the middle, but you're doing community involvement here, you're sponsoring some things, you're doing other digital marketing, Google AdWords. Would I spend money traditionally? Listen, the only time I would spend money through a traditional marketing outlet is if it was the Super Bowl, which there are very few funeral homes that can spend $5.2 million on a 30-second commercial. So that's kind of far out. But what you can create is that same type of content that you would put in a 30-second commercial that could go viral and tons of publicity through the Super Bowl in a Facebook ecosystem where you can put a few $1,000s behind it, reach the masses, and get the same amount of feedback and pull in your local community. So I'm not saying that you should put 100% of your marketing budget into social, but it needs to be the focal point that everything else comes around, and you amplify these other things where you're putting money through what you're doing on social. All right, number two, I am not saying that to have a brand and a strong presence in your community that you have to dress like me and be as far out as I am. Like, you trying to act like me isn't going to work. You trying to dress like me absolutely definitely isn't going to work. Not that you don't have the swagger to pull it off, but it's not going to work in the ecosystem of who you are and what you need to be in the community as a pillar business. It works for me because it's me. It's authentic to who I am. You trying to be something else that you're not is not authentic. So what I am saying is, if it's not authentic for you to wear a suit and tie every single day, you don't need to wear a suit and tie every single day. You can wear a polo and rock some jeans. Like, that is not going to turn the consumer off. It's going to make you approachable. So when I talk about branding and we have conversations about personal brand and being disruptive, for me, the way that I dress is disruptive in this profession, and it maps to who I am authentically. It's 100% me. If you see me out with my family, I look the same as I do when I come speak at an event, where you see me at conventions. It's authentically who I am. So you finding who you authentically are and what makes you unique and what makes you disruptive in your community. That may be you wear a bow tie every single day. That may be that you only wear a dark navy blue button up. It may be that your suit pants are cropped and you wear cool socks. Like, if it comes down to your look being authentic, it's what makes you who you are. That's fine. And then finding other things, like knowing yourself. Like, if you are known for your old cars, how can you incorporate that into who you are online and who you are through your brand? So being authentic to who you are is what I'm telling you to do. I'm not saying that you have to be me and you have to do the things that I do to be able to create a personal brand. It's about knowing who you are and being authentic and true to yourself. All right, point number 3, things I am not saying. I am not saying that Facebook is a quick fix. And I mean this in a couple of different variables. Facebook is not a quick fix to fix what is wrong with your business. You can have the best social media campaign and presence on the face of the planet, but if you just do bad business, that great marketing is never going to fix bad business. So I'm not saying that Facebook is a quick fix in that instance. And I'm also not saying that Facebook is something that you're going to jump into for 6 months, 12 months, and then be able to pull out and it's fixed your marketing and now you're back at the top and you have more call volume, your pre-needs kicking. Facebook isn't something that you jump into for 6 months or 12 months and just give it a little try. Like, this isn't going away, right? So those of you that were on the bandwagon of, the internet's going to go away, it's just a fad. Suck it up, man. It is not going away. It's here to stay, and it's only growing. So social media isn't going away. Facebook isn't going away. It's only going to grow, and it's only going to infiltrate more of our lives and infiltrate all of the decisions that we're making are going to have social impact and be talked about through a social media landscape. So I'm not saying that it's a quick fix. This is not something that you throw $10,000 at for 12 months and then go, well, we gave it a try and it didn't dramatically rearrange our business and just throw us to the top of the market. No, it is a absolute long-term play. This is a continual brand building tool and finding ways to have conversations through those outlets. Look, you may not have even thought about it. You may not even know what this is, but TikTok has legs. TikTok has legs with 13 to 18-year-olds big time. But guess what? At some point, those 13 to 18-year-olds are going to be 25 to 34-year-olds, 35 to 44-year-olds. They're going to eventually be in the demographic that's most profitable for you. And understanding how to play in these ecosystems and storytell across these platforms is going to be massively important as more millennials and Gen Xers and Gen Zers come into the marketplace. You've got to be able to communicate in the ways that they communicate. And we're just scratching the surface with baby boomers and Facebook and Instagram and how they engage. The most profitable demographics are still coming up, and you've got to know how to play on these platforms. So I'm not saying that this is a quick fix. This is absolutely a long-term play. This isn't plug in for 6 months, plug in for 12 months, go try something else, come back later. This is an always-on, continual snowball building thing that's going to shape the structure of how you communicate with your client families for the foreseeable future. So understanding how to storytell and know that this is a long-term investment, not a quick fix. I am not saying that this is a quick fix. All right, that wraps up episode 70 of the Disrupt You Show. Until next time, keep disrupting.